This episode of Test Drive is brought to you by Elmec and their EV Duty Smart Home Charger.
So we've done a review on the 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonale already. However, today I want to bring you guys something new, a POV perspective of driving and being in the Alfa Romeo Tonale plug-in hybrid. So obviously you get the fantastic color from the outside, the verde color, and then you have these awesome rims that are optional extras, but you do get these circular designs that is super heritage to the Alfa Romeo name. Veloce here, a bit of an Italian flag over here, around the back. A very nice design overall. These taillights light up sequentially when you turn on the car and you turn off the car. It's a very nice touch. Side profile, it is a very Stelvio looking side profile, so it does look quite nice overall. Of course, you have the Alfa Romeo grille here, looks fantastic. Radar sensor down at the bottom for your adaptive cruise control and 360 camera here. A neat touch of the design is this little snake logo, which is now electrified instead of the traditional just snake. Let's sit inside and see what the space is. We'll start in the back. You do sit quite high up and quite straight, as you can see over here. It's really straight, the back seats. But you have some headroom here, up here. You have some headroom, which is nice. Visibility is great. The window, even though it tilts up from the side, it's not. It doesn't really diminish too much of your visibility as a backseat passenger. You do get some vents here, nothing too fancy. You do not get heated seats in the back, but overall, pretty decent leg room, all things considered. One other thing is that the seats in the back is very flat, as you can see here. Not much support, considering this is a sporty little SUV. Plenty of space in the trunk. You could use your feet to kick it open or close. Decent amount of space in the trunk here. You get a pass-through here for your skis if you would like. Down here, a neat feature is it clicks over here, so if you want to put a bit more stuff in the trunk here, you could quite easily. Kick your foot, it closes as it should. Now jumping in the front seat, this is really where you want to be. Huge Alfa Romeo paddle shifters, column mounted, metal, cold to the touch in the winter, and very satisfying to click on. This side, quite a nice design, bulging instrument clusters to show the power and the grunt of an Alfa Romeo. Harman Kardon sound system, sounds great. Memory seat for the driver. Typical gear lever here. Decent space and a nice embroidered headrest. Turning on the car, you get digital cluster here, nice screen here with plenty of information. Some of the things we've already gone through in the review. Nice steering wheel, bit thin in my opinion. I'd like it to be a bit thicker, but it's nice design here with slight perforation here. Column mounted gear lever, fantastic. No head-up display. The instrument cluster shows you quite a lot of stuff. You can scroll through a number of different things, maps, all sorts of stuff. You could also change the view here to a analog display. Historic, more classic look from Alfa Romeos. Let's go for a drive. Now, driving the Alfa Romeo Tonale plug-in hybrid, obviously we're going to have to start off with some turns and put this car into dynamic mode. Excuse the sun over there, it's a bit in my eyes, but you can see there are some turns. For some reason, when I'm facing the sun, the emergency braking sensors, radar cruise control sensor doesn't work. But here we are in some turns. It has really good amount of low end torque. And really good braking as well. It's got Brembo brakes up front. Sort of just launches you into corner. However, because the engine powers only the front wheel, I felt a little bit of wheel spin in the inner wheels just now when I took that left turn. One thing that's really cool about this car is if you're in the correct gear and if you give it a little bit of gas, you can actually hear the wastegate of the turbos giving you a whooshing sound. Just a little bit like that. It's a bit easier to hear when you're in natural mode. Not too high of a gear, 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. Woo! And I let off the gas, you hear the little whooshing sound. That's really cool. Really, really cool. There is a car stuck on the road here. Whoa, I don't know if this is picking it up on the microphone here, but oh, that sounds really good. Oh, the whooshing sound from the turbos. Oh, nice. Anyway, let's put it back into dynamic mode. In dynamic mode, you get more regen braking. So the car slows down much quicker. Don't really have to downshift nearly as much. Woo! Yeah, it shoots you forward, especially with 285 horsepower in such a small SUV. And with the battery at over half full, you feel the torque. Absolutely, no questions asked. Let's come to a stop and do a quick launch and see how that feels. Let's put it into auto mode. It's a bit downhill, so it's not... Oh, yeah. The front wheel definitely spins up, for sure. This car is running Pilot Sport all seasons. It has phenomenal grip. The paddle shifters are nice to feel, however, the transmission is not as responsive as I would hope, so sometimes it would just be easier to leave it in normal and let it do its thing. The transmission in normal mode is super eager to shift down, while turn in on this car is really sharp. Definitely hear that whooshing sound from the turbo. It's amazing. Back in to advanced mode. I'm running in full electric right now. It's completely silent and it feels great. It feels very effortless. The electric motors still have a decent amount of power for your day-to-day use, and as you can see, it's super quiet like this. Electric motors alone get up to speed no problem. Feels great. The adaptive cruise control also works. Just gotta turn it on, set to 80 kilometers an hour, and then click this so that you see the steering wheel. That's your lane centering system working. Super comfortable in EV mode, super silent. The suspension could be a bit softer in the soft settings, but overall this is a sporty and quite a nimble vehicle. Quite enjoyable to drive, but it's still lacking a little bit of the characteristics of the Alfa Romeo that I mentioned in the review video. That wraps it up for a little quick walk around and quick drive POV edition on Test Drive. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.